All right. Hello, everyone. This is going to be my first ever YouTube video that I'm creating based on on my personal review on a film, Marty Supreme. So I saw this movie on Christmas Day in the movie theaters. I did not expect a lot of people to be there, but it was a full house. A lot of people were there. I was very I was very jealous that I didn't get the Marty Supreme ping pong balls. I think they were having them at select AMC theaters, inside like this gumball machine dispenser, type thing. I checked a couple of other theaters, but unfortunately, no luck. No luck. Wasn't able to find them. Overall, the movie itself, I loved this movie so much. Josh Safdie has pretty much, uh, almost perfected this style of filmography. We kind of expect this style of film where it's just so chaotic. There's so much happening at the same time, but yet it doesn't allow you to get lost in the plot. You're still able to kind of keep up with it and move along with it. I mean, there's so many people talking. The camera work isn't so steady. It's like moving, jumping from one cut to another. And you see that a lot with a lot of his previous films, with Uncut Gems, my favorite one being Good Time. But you kind of get the same style in terms of how he films these films and how he writes them overall and how it all plays out on the screen. It's very like controlled chaos you have going on screen. Timothée Chalamet puts on a quite a performance in this, and I'm eager to see whether or not he will win an Oscar for this. That is still yet to be seen. But I think with Marty Mauser, the character himself, it's very Josh Safdie coded, in the sense that you have these characters like from Uncut Gems and also from Good Time, that where you have the almost charismatic character, um, where it's like they seem like nice people, but I mean, they approach you as like some kind of like really charismatic character, but really they're just manipulative. They're their own worst enemy, and they're the reason for the destruction of whatever happens around their lives. Like their lives are a result of their very own actions. And Marty Mauser is no exception to that, except for what ends up happening in the ending of the story where Marty Mauser actually breaks that cycle, that other film characters before him have been unable to break that cycle. I mean, just really with the opening scene, you kind of get an idea of like who Marty Mauser is. When he's working his job in New York as a shoe salesman, and you have the character Murray Mauser. They're having this conversation, because he wants Marty to take over the business and become the manager of the business because Marty's such a great salesman, which is, pretty much everything that you need to know about him. He's such a great salesman in not just shoes, but literally everything that he wants to sell you. The idea of him becoming the best table tennis player, why he needs money to do the things that he needs to do, and just other things that he's constantly selling you on. It's very much true. That pretty much sums up uh who Marty Mauser is. He is the greatest salesman. One of the thing, the interesting parts of the film, not a huge thing, but with the opening and the closing scenes, this music selection, Forever Young, in the opening scene, which, at first it kind of took me out because like this is such a 80s pop style music in a 1950s film. And it was like very interesting choice at first. It kind of took me out a little bit initially, but upon like other viewings of the film, I thought that the music selection was definitely um, a great choice because it kind of tells you where he is in that time of his life with Forever Young. It's him wanting to stay forever young and him wanting to not grow up, where the egg is finally fertilized and you see the egg kind of transition into a ping pong ball, and with the lyrics talking about, I want to be forever young. And then since the egg transforms into a ping pong ball, the music immediately cuts off, and you see Marty Mauser just swing the ping pong ball. He's just swatting that away because he is trying to avoid these other responsibilities, because he believes those responsibilities are just such like an inconvenience to him, so irrelevant to the things that he is trying to achieve, which kind of just tells you where he is at the point in his life. Same thing with the ending with everyone wants to rule the world. The music selection being everyone wants to rule the world. It's kind of this thing that you have with a lot of young men where we all want to be the rulers of the world. We all want to be that guy. We all want to be the guy that's super driven, that has these goals, that just wants to achieve the things that we want to achieve. And and he doesn't really achieve that, but realizes that there are other things that are quite important to this life, and that he needs to become more responsible in these things. It's the opening lines of that linger on in the ending scene before the credits start rolling. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. With having a child, usually this is a when you have a child, that's it. That's gonna be your new life, and there is no way back from that. And so it's really interesting that with this specific character, he actually kind of grows into a person that he should be, and doesn't end up being like those other characters in Josh Safdie's other films, where they just kind of fall into um, a place where they're not able to come out of, whether that be going to jail, death. It's interesting that he's the first character that's kind of breaking that cycle, that's able to come out of it. The cast, I have to talk about the cast. This is one of those films that shows you that casting isn't just also only about casting who can play the role the best, but who are they, the actor themselves, who are they as a person, and where are they in their life. Marty Mauser is this character who is, ambitious, trying to drive for his goals and try to be the best that he can. And Timothée Chalamet is kind of going through that right now in his acting career. I mean, he's said that publicly in one of his speeches, where he's talking about he wants to be the best, he wants to be up there with one of the greats. And I think that like parallels very well with the Marty Mauser character. Gwyneth Paltrow, she's kind of taken a step back from acting. And you don't really see her too much these days, but she's kind of dipping her toes back in, and you're kind of seeing her a lot. And this is probably a film that's definitely putting her back in the spotlight. With Kay Stone, her character is actually going through the same thing. She's like this actress that's kind of fallen off, really doesn't have anything going on at the time. And so with Kay Stone and Gwyneth Paltrow, they kind of share a lot of similarities, which is probably why she was able to play that character very well. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, I think this is one of those examples where if if you are casting a well-known celebrity or somebody who has zero acting experience, I think you need to write a character that really doesn't give them a lot to work with, in a sense that all they have to do is just play themselves. Like, they don't have to do anything else besides that. And I think the way that the way with Milton Rockwell's character, the way that he's written, is literally Kevin O'Leary. I think that's a great thing to do. When I love to see when directors allow celebrities and allow these public figures to come into their films, but allow them to kind of be themselves in the film. Because I think with when you have someone who doesn't have any acting experience, it might be a challenge for them to kind of show a different side to them that they're not too familiar with or not too comfortable with. um, Allowing them to come on set and just kind of be themselves, allows for that authenticity to come through. And so I think that was very well written, and these decisions to cast these actors are also just kind of showing you that they don't just want the best person for the role, they also want the person that who are kind of mirroring the characters in the films in their own personal lives. I thought that was just quite interesting. The score, fantastic. It's just so captivating. It keeps you on your toes. You're engaged the entire time. I love the score throughout the entire film. It was just an absolute wonderful film. Will this go on to win awards? I most certainly this will. I think the other film that's definitely going to give its run for the money is definitely like Sinners or One Battle After Another. Definitely for sure. I'm very interested to see what they'll end up winning in the end, but I think this is a film you definitely do want to see in the theaters. It's just, I mean, the theater going experience is just so much better, generally speaking. With you, definitely just do want to go with it, but I think it's much better in the theater because you're just wrapped in the sound, the nice visuals, and it's an overall good time to watch this film. I think Josh Safdie has delivered us yet again with another film that is just incredible. And that pretty much is it for my overall thoughts for Marty Supreme. I didn't touch on the marketing, but I think a lot of us knew about the film because of just how much Timothée Chalamet has put himself out there. Um, and I wish I got one of the Marty Supreme jackets. I wish I got one of those when he did his pop up in New York. Um, but I digress. It's a great film. Definitely go check it out if you can. Preferably in the theaters or just wait till it comes out. Probably on I think HBO Max will probably have it when it hits streaming. And yeah, that's my thoughts. Thank you so much to all of you guys for checking out my YouTube video. This is my first video. I definitely try to upload as much as I can and to kind of um keep giving out these reviews, and I'll do my best to try and improve the quality, kind of organize my thoughts a little bit more. But any feedback is always welcome, whether positive or negative. I'm always open to feedback. And also share me your thoughts on the film. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Indifferent about it? I would love to know. Is there something that stood out to you? Please let me know. This is one of my favorite films of the year. All right. Well, I'll see you on the next one. And I unfortunately I don't know what the next one will be, but 2026 is looking like it's going to be a great year for films. And I'm definitely looking forward to making a lot more reviews on the movies to come. All right. So thank you so much. Have a good day, guys.